Nikos Rentas here, mentorsapproach.com. Thank you for visiting us and thank you for watching. A lot of support and a lot of awesome emails have come in. And here we go. This is an email from a viewer who she's been going through a lot of different issues with husband, with career, and is really lost and looking at the next stages. But she's got a little bit of success and then the direction that we're looking at. So here we go. Hi, Nikos. I started following you on Instagram a while back, and your information is priceless. Thank you. I implemented your integrity rules and I have been able to pull myself from the pits. I no longer think about hating my life because of my crappy career choice and soon to be ex-husband. I'm adjusting and accepting how things are, knowing I am moving forward to something new. That's great to hear and it's very positive. And that's what we want to have. That's that spot where we know we're moving forward. Your choice of words though, crappy career, husband, not so, you made the choices then. They were good then. Now it's not as good. So you're looking at it as you made the choice now as well. You made it then, not now. So let's remember that. My asshole husband has asked for a divorce and my work downgraded me to part-time. I'm working in a human resources department at a hospital and they are cutting everywhere. I have looked into jobs and I am not getting many calls back. Usually they want more experience and most of the time they are not highly paid. I haven't let it bother me though. As much as I am getting rather disappointed. What can I do to improve my chances of success? So here you have a situation where you're calling your husband an asshole, so that's not happy, and then your job's downgraded you, so you're not happy there. That is where we have to look at it from perspective of how do we address each issue as in how do we improve it step by step. In the case of your career, yeah, you got downgraded, and yes, you're looking for that new job, but are you only looking in a similar field? Human resources applies everywhere, and when you're looking at what area you want to get into, maybe it's time to move away from that hospital area and get into something like small business, startups, something where you can walk into in a new environment that's going to cheer you up. And they're always looking for people that have worked for government, for hospitals, because you're really working in that area where you have to abide by the rules. Small business, again, they are always looking for people that are qualified and have skill sets. What are your skill sets? Clearly you've gone and filled out your resume and fixed it up and you're going out there. And that's where you have to look at it from that perspective. And the other one is, depending on where you are, do you need to be in a different city and get to a bigger city where people get paid more? And it's always the case here in Kitchener-Waterloo, where I live, and in Toronto, where I also spend time living. The difference between the two spots is about $20,000 to $30,000 in actual income, and that's all based on living. So look at it from that spot. I've been thinking to start a business for consulting as I know many people and they have mentioned it to me over the years. But would this be a good idea? Of course it would be a good idea to explore it. You need to explore all your options. And starting a business is always awesome. Why? Because you're going out there and giving something new to yourself. You're giving yourself a gift, a freedom. That's what starting a business is all about. Having contacts, that is great. But then it brings me to the next question of, why aren't you able to get a job if your contacts aren't helping you get a job? How are they going to help you with business? We got to look at it from that perspective. You need to go out there and talk to everybody you know and be really frank with them and say, hey, I'm starting the small business and I'm looking for a job. And then see what comes out. If you start the small business, then make some cards, get a little flyer together, maybe put up a landing page, go out there and start introducing yourself. Networking events are great. You go to Chamber of Commerce events, they're just midday networking events that you're working part-time. You can go to meetups, all kind of meetups exist, and you can go to industry level meetups. So those get-togethers are phenomenal. You're going to meet people during the day that have big companies, and then in the evening you'll meet smaller guys. And always look at startups. It's always great to work with startups, especially if you're starting a small business. It's always fun. You get new experiences, and you always meet some awesome people that you would never think about. My husband is getting ready for a battle and doesn't think we should be 50-50. That's where the asshole part comes in. He is making my life miserable, and he's always home because he lost his job. That tells me you really don't have a fight. You don't need to fight. Okay? Don't worry about it. If somebody doesn't have a job, they don't have money to take you to court. Don't worry about it. Like, it's just sit down with him, make him be a man, and say, this is the list of things we have. Let's split it in a fairly good fashion, 50-50 or close to it. If he wants to keep like something that's for him, just keep it. Don't worry about it. Why? Because you're moving forward. You're going to go out and start a new business, or you're going to go out and get a new job. It might be across the country. Have you looked at that option? In our coach call, what we would be doing is analyzing, what do you want right now? What is it that you want? Forget what you have. But in, a year's time, what do you want to have? So let's look at that process and what really matters. Who cares who gets the bed? Keep the bed. I don't need the bed. Who cares? What we want to establish is what's going to make you happy. And if you do that, you're good. Don't worry about anything else. Sit down peacefully. Just no arguing. If he tries to argue, listen, we'll come back to it when you are a little bit calm, and walk out and come back, because you're going to be going to networking events. So, hey, there's your opportunity. Always have a list. And hey, I got something at 5 o'clock. I got to get going. I wanted to talk to you about this, but my time is valuable, and clearly you don't respect your time nor my time. And then walk away. Split everything. Get this divorce going. He won't take you to court. Do not worry about all that stuff. Again, there might be other specifics that I don't know about, but on a coach call, we would definitely go through all the different options. In this scenario, with the information you've provided me, if somebody comes to me and they're threatening to take me to court or do whatever, I don't have a problem with it. Great. Keep using words. You don't have a job. I'm not sure how you're going to pay the $300-$400 an hour. I really don't. If you can figure that out, great. Get back to me. Okay. Of course, there's always different ways, but in this situation, I think he's acting out. He's got a little bit of a situation himself with no job. He doesn't really feel manly, and he's taking it on you. So, is there any way to get going in a positive direction? Start working towards yourself. Build yourself. Get moving in the right direction. You want to get centered again, and by getting centered, you will find your way. Being centered is it takes a little bit of time, but it's very easy to do once you start focusing on yourself. You look at it and you say, what do I need to be doing? You make habits out of the daily things you need to be establishing. So if you're going to go for the business, and you're still going to be looking for that job, or you decide I'm going to keep my job right now and go for the business, then you're going to get going on making cards, on doing the landing page, on getting incorporated or starting out with a small business, on getting everything set up on how you're going to talk. Go out and, what offering are you going to serve, and how are you going to serve it, what industries. You're going to start researching more, doing all these great things, and then all of a sudden everything just keeps falling into place, and you're gonna really just start loving what you're doing. And it might be, hey, I got a divorce, and there's an opportunity, if you live in LA, to go to New York, or if you're in New York, to go to LA. Who knows? Maybe you're in a small town and you're an hour away from a big city, and you decide, hey, fuck it, I'm going there. That's what I want to be doing. So look at it from a perspective of, how do I get myself into that centered moment? And that's by building those daily habits we always talk about. My name is Nikos Rentas, mentorsapproach.com. If you want to get a coach session or an email reply, please visit the website, click on the products tab, and just go ahead and book a session, and we can sit down for an hour, or we can respond to emails. And if money is tight, there's a section for donate, and it's between $0 and $100. Donate any amount that you feel hearing back from us would help and assist, and we will respond to you within several days through YouTube and, of course, through email. My name is Nikos Rentas, mentorsapproach.com. Thank you.